Welcome! This is Solopreneur Success Strategies, where we talk about mindset, your website, your brand, your social media marketing, your customers, how to sell to your customers, how to find your customers, how to talk about the skills and knowledge you need in your business, and free software and tools to help you save time, money, and be more productive, as well as strategy and systems here on Solopreneur Success Strategies. Welcome! Welcome. This is Jane Gardner, and welcome to Solopreneur Success Strategies. Today is Get Your Message Out Tuesday, where we talk about your brand. We talk about your messaging. We talk about your website, your social media, and how your brand is reflected on all of those. So today is all about your brand voice and tone. But right now, I guess I should tell you who I am. I'm Jane Gardner. I work with my husband in our structural engineering firm for the last 20 years in Western Canada. And I came out onto the internet about 3 years ago in order to help others have their own home business and have another source of revenue into their family. And so that's who I am. And I started Solopreneur Success Strategies about 3 months ago to talk about some of the things that you need to know as a solopreneur or an entrepreneur. For example, today is all about your brand and your messaging and your social media. Wednesday is all about your customer. Thursday is about having the skills and knowledge as to be an entrepreneur. Friday is all about the free software and tools you can use in your business. Saturday is about the systems you can use in your business to free up your time in order to get more clients, as well as free up your time for your family. Strategy is all about your business plan, your business vision and goal and lifestyle, and how you can match that all together with your brand, your skills, your customers, and all your messaging. And of course, mindset is all on Mindset Monday. So that's what Solopreneur Success Strategies is all about. And I have them on my YouTube channel at jgtips.com/YouTube. You can go check out some of those episodes there, as well as on my website, jane-gardner.com/programs. There's connections there for you to go and have see some of the current episodes. I have them in my blog post as current episodes, so you can just go to the home page. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about the tone of your brand voice, and I hope within a couple of examples you'll be able to understand what I mean by tone. But first off, let's go and have a look at what we've done so far in our exploration. And of course, that's not the right slide. So we had about 4 weeks of talking about your brand and how to define your brand, and realizing that your brand is your promise, it's your commitment, and what you stand for and stand against in your business. So it's all about your mission, it's about your messaging, it's about messaging that's consistent with your values and your ideals for your business. This messaging has to be accepted by your customers, so of course you have to know who your customers are, and it has to have a unique edge in order to differentiate it from your competitors. So we looked at your brand, and then we looked at your website messaging. We had a look at your homepage, your About Us page, your Start Here page, the blog, and other pages, and how you can have a consistent messaging all over through there, and branding in order to have a consistent messaging that attracts the visitors and customers who will want to get to know you because you have the unique edge that differentiates yourself from the competitors. And of course, we talked many times about the 6 days Build Your Own Brand. We're at jgtips.com/brand. It's an offer in order to do all these things, identifying your unique benefits of your business, differentiate your business from your competitors, identify your core market, name your product, develop your brand messaging, measure how effective it is, and have the tools to reassess and refine your message. Because once you have your messaging, you can attract your ideal customer. Now, I've added another idea to our relationship is that I have opened up office hours from Thursday to Sunday to chat. If you have any struggles in your business and you want to talk about your brand and how's it going and you want some help, I have set up office time Thursday to Sunday to chat, and my appointment scheduler is at jgtips.com/chat. It's a 45 minutes for free. I'd love to hear from you and find out what your challenges are. So anyway, let's go and have a look at your brand voice. So your brand voice isn't what you say when you are on social media, but rather how you say it. So for those of you who don't know, well, you could have guessed if you looked at my map, is I'm from Canada. So I have certain accents and certain, well, we have a very bland accent, actually Canadians. So a lot of people don't like it. I don't even like it when I listen to it. I prefer the English accent or the American. But anyway, and we have the habit of saying A every time to emphasis. So you can certainly tell what my brand tone is in terms of my where I live. Anyway, to illustrate, here is an example. If you have a formal tone, you would say, "Would you please pass me the salt when you have a moment?" Whereas if you had a casual tone, it would be, "Can I get some of that salt?" In terms of the type of words that you use when you're using your messaging, it can be light and airy, bright and cheerful, formal, especially for scientific, very formal, etc. So anyway, can you see how the more casual phrase conveys a certain personality? This is what you should be aiming for with your brand voice, to have a personality in your brand words and your tone and your style of your messages. Because of course, except for when you're on the podcast or on video, your voice is only expressed through your words and text. So it accurately should reflect the feelings of your business, your values. Your customers should report experiencing, and which ones reflect the way you want your customers to feel. So they should always reflect who your customers are. So of course you should know who your customers are, what they like. What are 3 things that you hear customers say they like about the solution or product you offer? Look at pronouns you use. Do you use the word you, your, their, them, or the? So for example, the product, or your product, or this product. These all convey different forms of formality. Grammar and word choice. If you're going to be using some shortened versions, some slang, etc., and not worrying too much about your grammar, or then you're going to be reflecting a different voice than from someone who has a very scientific background and scientific style to their writing. How formal is your writing in terms of, we've already discussed that, whether it's going to be the product is known for its experiential, and you assume your audience knows that word. Whereas you say whereas you can say this product is an experience. So there you go. That's more informal. The slang and swearing. No, I'm not going to swear. I'm not going to use slang, but certainly there's a lot of slang in written words in sales pages, I know, and it's to look more casual. And do you want to look more casual, or do you want to convey a certain personality and a certain tone? Do you use technical language in your words and style of words? And you need to, because your audience understands these words. For anyone who's ever read a press release about, say, the newest Apple iPhone, or the newest software for Excel or Amazon S3, you know that some of those press releases are really quite impossible to read for those of us who don't know the technical language, or the techie language as I like to call it, because they are talking to a different audience than me. So they have to keep it simpler for me. Otherwise, I have to go and look it up in my dictionary and definition book to find out what certain words are. And of course, humor. Do you use humor in your social media branding, messaging, or not? Maybe your audience doesn't like humor. Maybe they'd want to just see you as the expert, who's an expert and not someone who's going to joke with them. So you have to know your audience in order to understand what kind of messaging you're going to do. And regional preferences. As I mentioned, I was Canadian, and so it's very common for us to have words that people down on the States do not understand. We certainly have different spelling of words in Canada than we do in the US. And of course, there's certain words that you do not understand, like puck, which is a hockey puck. For example, for those of you who aren't in the US, sorry, or poutine. Anyway, don't get me started on poutine, which is a cheese product. Anyway, so yeah, it's basically talking like you would talk to them as on a one-on-one basis, but using your words and your expressions and your style of writing in order to express yourself as your business and make them understand what kind of business you are. So I hope you'll understand that I do tend to laugh a lot, for example, and misspell words a lot. So, sorry. Now I'm wasting your time. So for example, here's a difference in a statement. Your restaurant with hitchin' good times. Well, that's obviously casual because no one knows what hitching is. Or you could say the restaurant with exceptional service and experience of a lifetime. Yeah, well, I guess that previous one, your restaurant with hitching good times, does not have anything about service in it. Anyway, I'm not going to say anything on that. It could be quite rude. Your restaurant with hitching good times, you could say, would be this equivalent to your restaurant, the restaurant with exceptional experience of a lifetime. So as you can see, there's quite a difference in how you have your tone in your brand messaging. And I'm going to have to start thinking about my own brand messaging and how much of my regional preferences I want to use. Because if a person doesn't know what poutine is, they're not going to understand why I'm talking about poutine. So there you go. So brand voice that is consistent will speak to your customers. So we will be having a 6-day build your own brand at jgtips.com/brand. Identifying your unique benefits, differentiating yourself, obviously looking at your brand voice and I'll get some feedback on your brand messaging from your fellow, sorry, I was going to say inmates, but it's not inmates, fellow business people who want to try and get their brand messaging right in order to go out on social media in a consistent way so that they attract the customers that they want. So, for example, I love chocolate, and I love looking at images of chocolate, and I am on Google+, and I have got lots of people with chocolate pictures in my circles, and of course, if you've never been on Google+, you don't know what I'm talking about. But what I'm trying to say for this is that you have to know who your audience is and what they love in order to have the messaging that will attract them. And certainly I would probably buy the next chocolate offer there is because I'm talking too much about chocolate. So at jgtips.com/brand, we'll be talking about your unique benefits and how you can identify your audience and name your product and develop your brand messaging such that you have a brand voice that will speak to your audience and they will be attracted to you because of the consistency, because of how you speak, and obviously how you talk about what you are doing in your business. Because once you have your messaging, you can attract your customers. So if you'd like to talk to me about that course or anything else, if you have struggles as well in your business, you want some help, I have set up office times Thursday to Sunday to chat. My appointment scheduler is at jgtips.com/chat, which will get you to my scheduler. And there's a few hours there that you can book for 45 minutes for free and talk to me about your business. I'd love to hear about it. So that's me for now. Where am I? There I am. It's been a long day. And next week, I think we'll have to get on to looking at some of the social media. I didn't really want to, but I guess we'll have to talk about Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Which do I like best right now? Twitter. And the podcast. Podcast is good. Maybe we should talk about podcasting as well. There's lots of other places to go and be on social media. And depending on who you are and what your business is, it maybe affect which one you put your most time into. Whether it's paying for your posting of your social media messages that you create to the social media platform, or you doing it yourself. Well, on Systems Saturday, I have a system there you can use that helps to save you time doing that. You should be looking at that episode as well. That's it for me today. Bye. Thank you for listening. This has been Jane Gardner at Solopreneur Success Strategies. Please go and subscribe at jgtips.com/programs, and also to find out about other programs as well over at jgtips.com/programs. And over there we have a free mindset magazine for you to check out at jgtips.com/mindset offer. So welcome. Thanks for listening. And I hope to see you again here tomorrow, as this is a 7-day-a-week show on mindset, your customer, getting your message out on social media and on your website, talking about strategies, talking about business systems, talking about all kinds of things, including the skills that you need as a solopreneur. So please come back and subscribe at jgtips.com/programs. Thank you.